Cool. Hey, quick show of hands. Who's ever bought an online course? Just quick show of hands. Yep. All right. Leave your hand up if you've bought an online course and not finished it. Oh, wow. Okay, that's way above what I thought the numbers might be. So that's interesting. All right, so this presentation is all about online courses with WordPress. We've got a fair bit to get through today, so I'm going to skip through at a fairly quick pace, if that's all right with you guys. I hope you've all had your coffee. For those that don't know, my name's Troy Dean. I'm co-founder of WP Elevation, which is a business coaching program for WordPress consultants, and Rockstar Empires, where we teach creative entrepreneurs how to create and sell their own courses online. So I'm a big believer that WordPress is the platform that allows you to democratize education. It allows you to teach people all over the world, and it allows people all over the world to learn from teachers all over the world, and it really has flattened the education space. This is Megan Telpner, who worked in advertising and then got really sick and was told by doctors that she had this certain condition that she was just going to have to live with for the rest of her life, and she didn't accept that, so she turned to nutrition and has now been living 3 years completely symptom-free just by altering her diet. She then started teaching people in her loft, in her apartment in Canada, how to make beautiful, wholesome meals using all natural organic ingredients. And she was maxed out 6 nights a week teaching people in her kitchen, and she decided, I need to take this online and leverage it. And she has since taught over 1,000 people through the Culinary Nutrition Academy and generated over $1 million in online revenue through teaching people how to cook meals. Pretty cool story, huh? This is Mark Brown, who's a self-published author. And Mark Brown kind of hacked Facebook ads to sell his books. And so now he teaches Facebook advertising to other self-published authors. Did a small launch to a very small email list and did over $250,000 in his first launch. And this is my favorite story. Nikki Elledge Brown is a park ranger who decided she didn't like doing park ranging anymore, but she had a knack for copywriting. So she put a course up online and went from 0 to 300 grand revenue in her first 12 months teaching copywriting online. One of the most humbling experiences for me was going to New York City recently and hanging out with 32 of what we call our elevators, our WP Elevation members, in real life. And it was kind of weird because I know these people so well from their avatars and our members' website, and we got to meet each other in real life, and the catch cry of the day was, oh my God, we have legs. Because we'd never seen each other's legs before. So that was a pretty humbling experience. So the online education space is valued at $107 billion US in 2015. And just to put that into some kind of perspective, the box office market was valued at $38.3 billion in the same year. So for every $1 people are spending going to the movies, they're spending almost $3 on online education. And the thing I like about online education is, as a consultant, it allows you to go from that one-to-one relationship to a one-to-many relationship. It allows you to leverage your impact and leverage your revenue at the same time. It's also great for premium positioning. If you want to attract better quality clients, teaching an online course is a great way to instantly position you as an authority. So, who can you teach? I think there are 2 types of audiences you can teach. You can teach the DIY crowd. Ooh, fade. You can teach the DIY crowd, so that is someone who wants to know how you do what you do. So Karonda Adair, who's one of our members from Portland, Oregon. Does anyone here follow Karonda online? Oh, well, you should if you don't. So Karonda's got a course where she teaches people how to build their own website on WordPress, because if you don't have the budget to work with her, you can just do her course. And it's also a great way of qualifying leads and positions her as an authority. So that's the teaching the DIY crowd. The other audience you can teach are your peers, and this is generally the space that we play in. So WP Elevation, we teach WordPress consultants about running their business. And at Rockstar Empires, we teach creative entrepreneurs how to create and sell courses. I really like this space, teaching your peers. The problem with what's called massive online open courses is there was some research done thanks to Katie Jordan, who did research across all these online courses across all the different platforms, Udemy, Coursera, Kajabi, Harvard, MIT, all these massive online education platforms. And the problem is that most online courses get student completion rates of somewhere between 2 and 10%. And if you just look around that room at the question I asked at the start of the talk, we're all in that boat. We've all bought courses that we've never finished, right? So we're consistently getting 65% plus completion rates in our courses. And in this presentation, I'm going to show you how we're doing it. So how do we do it? Well, first and foremost, we build everything on WordPress. Yay for WordPress. It's open source, it's completely flexible, it's extensible, it's customizable, you can pretty much do whatever you want. I'm going to show you all the templates and themes and plugins and tools and bits and bobs and bells and whistles that we use to build websites that look like this at the end of the presentation. So hang around. I promise I'll satisfy that lizard brain at the end of this talk. But from a strategy point of view, we focus on more carrot and less stick. So we constantly are dangling carrots in front of our students to keep them engaged and motivated. Here are some ideas. Most online courses talk at you. So we've all signed into an online course that kind of looks like this. It's a bunch of content, and it's a one-way conversation. Here's another example from, this is a great platform actually called Teachery, which I really like. They've got some video, they've got cool audio players, but again, there's no community here. There's no conversation, there's no classroom. They're just talking at you and giving you content. We invite you into a conversation. The first thing we do when you join one of our courses is we walk you through an onboarding wizard that asks you a series of questions so that we set your profile up. And it's important we do that so then we can match you up with accountability partners and get you settled in the community. We then, instead of throwing you onto a static page with a bunch of protected content, we put you into the wall, and you can see straight away that we're asking you a question and inviting you into the conversation. We say, hey Paul, what do you want to achieve today? And you can see our members here are leaving comments. This is what they're trying to get done today. This is what they're achieving today. So instantly, it's interactive and you're a part of it. We also then introduce you to your community. On that wall page, you'll see some indicators here that there are other people taking this course. I don't know about you, but I've bought plenty of courses online before, and I've logged in and I'm like, I'm the only person here, aren't I? Yeah, like you sold one copy and I'm the sucker that bought it, right? So we instantly give you social proof that you're a part of a classroom and part of a community. Most courses overwhelm you with content. This is actually a screenshot from an online course. Where do I start? It's like a vending machine. And hand on heart, I tell you, this is what our membership website looked like about 18 months ago until we decided to completely restructure how we deliver our courses. We hold your hand every step of the way. So when you first log into one of our courses, you just see one thing. It's the course that you enrolled in. Yeah? And as you work through this course, which is drip-fed, one module per week at a time, as you work through the modules, we unlock bonuses for you. So every time you complete a module, we give you bonuses. And throughout the entire course, you end up with a dashboard full of bonuses. But you're not overwhelmed when you first log in because we just want you to focus on one thing at a time. Most online courses teach abstract concepts. I kid you not, this is a mind map from an online course. What the hell? Like I'm all about originality and creativity, but come on. You know, we teach using very simple frameworks. So we show you step by step where you're at, what you need to do next. There's nothing abstract about what we teach. Most courses use long lessons, boring slides, and bullet points. Now, I've blurred some details out here to protect someone's reputation. This is an awesome course, by the way. I've done this course. I haven't finished it yet, which is telling, but I've done it, and the content is amazing. But the learning experience is just horrible. Here's a slide from a video that goes for 17 minutes and 25 seconds. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of busy. I want to learn stuff quickly. I'm not going to look at that for 17 minutes and 25 seconds. That's why I haven't finished that course. We use slides and direct-to-camera for dynamic-looking videos. So, for example, our teaching environment, where is Simon Kelly, by the way? Is he in the room? He is. Our teaching environment, we think is beautiful. It's a very clean learning environment. We use slides with just 1 or 2 words on the slide, big bold fonts, beautiful color scheme, and we use direct-to-camera conversations, we use multiple camera angles, and we use really well-designed graphical elements to further explain what it is we're teaching. And we try and keep, this is one video, these are screenshots from one video. So we try and make them as dynamic and as entertaining and as engaging and as fun as possible. Most courses have little or no structure. So you don't know where you're at in the course, you don't know what you're supposed to do next, there's no indicator. We use psychological hooks to keep our students engaged. Let me give you one very practical example. In most of our lessons, we will use this psychological hook where we say why this is important right now. So for example, we've got a module on getting content from clients. Yeah, bit of a pain in the ass thing to do, get content from clients. So we've got this lesson on getting content from clients. And in that lesson, we might say something like, welcome to module 4, lesson 3, whatever it is, getting content from your clients. It's really, in this lesson, you're going to learn how to get content from your clients in a timely fashion. And it's really important you pay attention to this right now, because if you don't get content from clients up front, the project's gonna blow out, you're gonna be battling scope creep, it'll turn into a 3-month project and it will eat into your profit. So straight away, we hook the student in and we let them know it's important they pay attention to this now and turn off Facebook and turn off those videos on YouTube of cats water skiing. Pay attention to this right now. Most courses are also just video. So here's another screenshot of this fabulous course, which I say again, great content, but all it is a series of videos that pop up in a light box. Not a great learning experience, particularly if you don't like watching videos or you don't like the teacher's voice. Now I know I'm very fortunate because I have the world's greatest voice, so that doesn't really happen in our business, but sometimes you might not like the teacher's voice. I'm kidding, of course. So we've worked out over the last 3 or 4 years of doing this that there are 4 different learning modes. There's visual, there's oral, there's reading and writing, and there's kinesthetic, which is kind of, I'm visual and kinesthetic. So I like watching stuff and then doing stuff. That's what kinesthetic means. So we use video, audio, text, quizzes, and homework. What does that look like? So we use video with text underneath the video. You see this video here is 9 minutes, 26 seconds long. That's one of our longer videos. Most of our videos are around the sort of 5 to 8 minute mark. We use downloads underneath the video. We have audio and video downloads that people can download offline and listen to in transit. And we have quizzes, which reinforces what you've learned in the video. By the way, doesn't matter what niche you're in, doesn't matter what the subject is that you're teaching, you can apply this to any market. And I'll show you a couple of examples of this in a moment. And we use dynamic quizzes to keep students awake. Because if a quiz is just multiple choice, it's really easy just to like tick the radio buttons, get it wrong, go back, tick different radio buttons until you get it right. Everyone's done that before. So we use a combination of multiple choice, we use drag and drop questions, so you have to drag and drop the answers into the right order. And again, this is just designed to keep the students awake and keep them entertained and engaged. And most courses deliver static content. So the whole learning environment is not dynamic in any way. It's just, it doesn't change. No matter where you are in the course, you don't know whether you've watched a video, you don't know if you've completed a module. And this is generally what a static content course looks like. A list of content down the left-hand side and training video on the right. And again, I have no idea which ones I've watched and which ones I haven't. So we use gamification to keep students motivated. Anyone here use Uber? Besides Sarah and I, who were out on the street last night trying to get an Uber, yeah? The thing I love about Uber is you book an Uber and you can see where the car, like Sarah opened her app last night, she goes, oh my God, there's Ubers everywhere. That's like playing Pac-Man in the old days. It's like, I want to book a Pac-Man and get away from the monsters. And then you watch the Uber kind of on the map and you're like, oh yeah, the Uber's 3 minutes away. And in the meantime, the guy's beeping his horn in front of you going, hello. So gamification invites you to be a part of the product. And this is how we use some gamification. We've got some very simple progress meters underneath each video and down the right-hand side that just let you know, okay, yep, I've worked my way through this. I don't have to go back and watch this unless I want to revisit it. We also have some indicators on each course. So, okay, that course is completely done. It was 7 weeks and 8 lessons. The next course is 2 hours and 16 lessons. So we're constantly trying to make it more gamified, if you like. This is something we've worked really hard on. Most courses email you when new content is released. Hey Paul, Module 2's just been released. Log in and check it out. Which is kind of cool, unless you haven't completed Module 1, or unless you didn't even know there was a Module 2 coming. So what we do is we send you emails based on your actions and your behavior. And our emails look something like this. They'll say, hey Paul, congratulations on completing Module 1. We've just unlocked some bonuses for you on the dashboard to keep you busy over the next few days. Module 2 will be released in a few days. And you only get that email if you complete Module 1, because there's no point sending you a congratulations email in 7 days if you haven't completed it. So we try and use behavior-based triggers to trigger our emails, and our in-app messages are also based on your actions. Anyone familiar with intercom? Not the old walkie-talkie kind of intercom thing, like the internet-based intercom. So it kind of looks like this. This is a screenshot of intercom. And so again, because what we know, like most people don't read their emails, even if they've ponied up good money to be part of a course, they just don't read their freaking emails, right? I don't know what's going on. But they log into the members website, and so we put an in-app message saying, hey Paul, congratulations on completing Module 2. So we try and capture people's attention and hold their hand every step of the way, no matter what their preferences are. If they don't read emails, that's cool. We'll still get them in the in-app messages. And we reward you for taking action. Now, how do we reward you for taking action? Well, when you complete a module, we'll unlock a little badge, and we'll put that badge on your dashboard. So what? What's a badge? Well, I promise you, the badges have been a huge game changer for us. People love a little badge or a little, emoji or something to kind of acknowledge that they've taken some action. And we also unlock bonus content. So the top right-hand corner here is a coaching call or a new course that you can now access because you've completed a part of the course. You won't see that unless you've completed that part of the course. And when you finish the course, we allow you to download the actual course badge to say you've completed the course and a certificate. We're not a registered training organisation and we don't pretend to be. It's a bit of eye candy. It's a certificate of completion. It's an acknowledgement of the work that you've done. And one of the most rewarding parts when we have our intakes throughout the year is at the end of the 6 or 7 week course, we get a whole bunch of photos in our Facebook group like this. This is Karonda Adair from the US, Renee Sedgling from the Netherlands, Melanie Adcock from the US, Christina Hawkins from Texas, Ryan Lavander from the US, Julie Walpers from the US, Dave Narav from Mumbai. And we have this map, this is another part of our gamification, where all the members can see where they are in the world. So you know straight away that you are not doing this course on your own, and there's a bit of healthy competition because you don't want everyone else unlocking their certificate and you being left behind. Again, one of the most rewarding things about this for me, ironically being an online business, is actually hanging out with our customers in real life and having live events. Okay, so we have duplicated this exact process into our new project, which is called Rockstar Empires, where we actually teach people how to create and sell courses. So you'll see here the layout, different branding, different colour scheme and logos, but exactly the same platform, which I'm going to walk you through in a moment. And we've also done this for our friend Nathan Chan at Founder Magazine. Anyone here subscribe to Founder Magazine or follow Nathan? Yeah, cool. So we built Founder Club for Nathan as well, built on exactly the same platform. All right, so you want to see the technology involved? Yes, all right. Here's the technology. So we start with Drupal. We start with WordPress, of course. And then on top of WordPress, we install LearnDash. LearnDash is this amazing learning management system built by my good friend Justin Ferryman out of Chicago. He's awesome. LearnDash is amazing and their support is incredible. This is what the LearnDash homepage looks like. And this is what allows you to upload courses and content and quizzes and have people unlock achievements as a result of going through those quizzes. Really powerful system. On top of that, we add BuddyPress, which is what gives us our social networking in our community. So if anyone's never used BuddyPress, in layman's terms, and I know JJJ is probably going to kill me for saying this, but it's kind of like Facebook inside WordPress. All right, sorry, there I said it. BuddyPress looks like that. It's completely free, open source. You can grab that and install it. And then there's a few moving parts you need to tie them together, which I'll show you in a moment. But this is what allows you to see when your friends unlock badges and complete the course. So this is what brings the social element into the learning environment. We then use BadgeOS, built by the amazing guys at Web Dev Studios, and this is what allows us to unlock badges based on when you complete a course. Then, by the way, these slides are available on SlideShare. I'll give you the link at the end of this, so don't worry about frantically making notes. Then the thing that holds all of this together is a solution called Social Learner for LearnDash. This is built by a couple of guys, or a group of guys in Chicago called BuddyBoss. They basically build premium themes for BuddyPress, and they're beautiful. And what this solution is, it's not really a theme, it's a solution. It's a theme and a series of plugins that you combine to make the website look like the ones that I've been showing you. And this is what ties in the learning management system with the social interactivity. Then we use Infusionsoft in the back end for all our email campaigns because we like spending lots of money for very confusing software. And Infusionsoft looks like that. It's really powerful, huge learning curve. It's very expensive, but it is very powerful and does a lot. We use Stripe to collect all of our payments. Stripe integrates with Infusionsoft and is pretty cool. And we use Memberium to connect WordPress to Infusionsoft. So the way this works is if you complete Module 1, Memberium then applies a tag to your record in Infusionsoft. That tag triggers an email from Infusionsoft to say, congratulations. Then when you refresh your dashboard, Memberium says to WordPress, hey, they've now got that tag applied, unlock Module 2. So Memberium is the magic piece that really holds all this together. And that's what the Memberium website looks like. We also then use Intercom, as I mentioned, for our in-app messages. That's what the Intercom homepage looks like. We use Twilio to send SMS messages to our customers and our students to make sure they turn up to coaching calls and webinars on time. We use Vimeo Business to host all of our video hosting. There's a few moving parts here, isn't there? Yeah. Vimeo Business to host all of our videos. Vimeo Business is a new offering from Vimeo. It's about 3 months old, gives you some really cool analytics on your videos. We use Amazon S3 to host most of our downloadable assets, templates and video and audio for download. And our whole website's built on an AWS stack as well. Don't ask me anything about that because I have no idea what you're talking about. Go and speak to my business partner, Brian, up the back. Or better still, hunt down Ben May on Twitter and ask him how to do it because he's the one that manages it for us. That's what the AWS homepage looks like. We use Slack for internal communications. How cool is Slack? Yeah? Slack is awesome. We found this great little tool to monitor our Facebook group, the engagement in our Facebook group. So we award points based on how engaged you are in the community. And we use this cool little tool called Gritix, which stands for Group Analytics. It's worth checking this out because it's built entirely on top of WordPress. So when you log into the Gritix dashboard, they've got a free account you can take for a spin. You go view the source code and you realize, oh man, this is a WordPress dashboard I'm looking at. But they've built this Facebook Group Analytics tool on top of it. And of course, we use Asana to manage all of the moving parts. We have a team of 10 now, I think, plus 6 mentors. So there's like effectively 16 of us scattered across the globe, kind of managing the community here, building course content, running webinars, coaching calls, directing traffic in the Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff. So Asana is what we use to attempt to keep ourselves on track and make sure that nothing major falls through the cracks. So that, in a nutshell, is online courses with WordPress. I'm now happy to answer any questions, and after question time, I'll give you a link where you can go download my slides. Cool? All right, who's got some questions?
Thanks, Troy. Questions, anyone?
Awesome, we're done. Aha.
Sorry, mate. My question is, you've got this whole system set up for 2 of your sites and another site for a friend.
Yep.
Have you considered productizing the whole thing as a package? So I don't have to do it for myself?
Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, we have. It's like, yeah, we think about this on a daily basis. And yep, we have thought about it. Was that your question? The answer is yes, we have thought about it. Are we going to do it? Not sure. Don't know. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of moving parts. Let me give you an example, right? So there are platforms like Teachable and Teachery and Kajabi Next where you can go do this out of the box. The problem is that if you want to add something, like if you want to start rewarding people with badges and they don't happen to have badges, you're screwed. You can't just add a bit of JavaScript in because it could crash their whole server. So you've got to wait for them, and if it's not on their roadmap, it's not going to happen. What they do have built in is sales pages, checkout processes, payment gateways, all that kind of stuff. So if we roll this out as a product, which we've thought about and we've started researching, one of the first questions people have is, okay, how do I sell access to my course? And then their next question is, how do I customize my landing page? Because we've all got a lizard brain and we all want to drag and drop our sales page around and make it look as shit as we can, right? Or, sorry, I mean, we want to make it look as good as we can, right? So there are many questions. The question that we've got right now is, what is the minimum viable product of this? And so that's why we've been doing some concierge versions for clients, because we're not a client services company, but we've been doing some client services versions to try and work out what their questions are. And at the moment, we can't see, the MVP is not obvious to us. So we're still kind of in exploration phase around that, but more than happy to have a chat about that in greater detail, because I know you are a product man and I saw you speak at Sunshine Coast, so definitely, let's keep that conversation going. If we did have that product offering up, how much would you pay a month for it? And what would it have to include for it to be a complete no-brainer?
Yeah, those are good questions to ask.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you can spout names to us and we can spout names to you, but you rattled off a list of probably 20 things there that you use for that,
yep.
Which means you've spent a truckload of time
yep.
in research and development to put all this together.
Yep.
But some of us out in the room would obviously have things that we've already purchased.
Yep.
How interchangeable would some of that be?
So, okay, so here's the short answer to this question is, if you want to do about 75 to 80% of this, and you just want to use a solution out of the box that you can't customize, go to teachable.com, because it kind of does most of this. That plan that does most of this is $100 a month. So if you're at that level where that's not a problem because you're selling a lot of courses and you've got that revenue, sweet. I think even at $100 a month, it might take their branding off it. Their smaller plan is like $40 a month. It's very restricted, has their branding on it, and you can't do half the things that I've shown you here. But if you want to just get started, teachable.com I think is a good platform just to get started, to maybe prove your MVP and maybe get your first iteration out the door. Yeah, Ben.
Hi, Troy. That was great. If you were doing it again from scratch, what would you change, if anything?
That's a very good question. If I was doing it again from scratch, in all honesty, now that Memberium have released Memberium for Active Campaign, I would probably go down that route of using Active Campaign and Memberium versus Infusionsoft and Memberium. Why? Because Infusionsoft is very expensive. It's also a huge learning curve. It took us about 9 months to get our head around Infusionsoft. It's, you know, it's known in the market as Confusionsoft for reasons. It's very powerful, but it is also a huge learning curve. So if there was one thing I was going to change, it would probably be that. And sorry to any Infusionsoft enthusiasts watching.
Hi. I love the topic. I love the fact that you've focused on motivating students. I teach face-to-face courses as well as online. And it's basically at the heart of all of it. How the hell do you, even though people have parted with their dollars, get them to complete it? So I guess my question is, do you think that that's a massive figure. Do you think it's going to, the fact that we don't complete the courses, that's going to bottom out or that's going to impact future enrolments?
I don't think, by the way, I don't think that completion rate's going to get any better. I think it's going to get worse. And in fact, here's the statistic, the curve is the more people that are enrolled in your course and the cheaper your course is, the less people are going to complete it. So if you've got a course of 100 students and they're paying 10 grand each, you're going to probably get 85% completion rates. You're always going to have 10% of people that just go missing for whatever reason. There's nothing you can do about that. If you've got a course that's $50 and you've got 100,000 people enrolled in it, you're probably going to get less than 5% complete it. If you've got a course that's $19 on Udemy and you've got 100,000 people enrolled in it, good luck getting people through Module 2 because there's no skin in the game. So my approach is premium courses, premium pricing, less volume, more personalised attention. I don't mean to name drop, but I spoke extensively to Seth Godin about this very topic when we were talking about online courses. He's got courses on Udemy that hundreds of thousands of people have enrolled in. His course is called the Freelancer course. There's over 80 videos in that course. You can buy it for $27. And if you're going to learn about freelancing from anyone on the planet, it should be Seth Godin. Like, he's written the book several times over. His course gets about a 15% completion rate on Udemy, and he knows he's in the top 1 percentile of course creators on Udemy. Why is that? Because it's only $27. Who cares if I don't complete it? There's no skin in the game. So he's taken his course offline, and he's now running a thing called Alt MBA, where students enroll in not only the course, but they enroll in the process of doing the course, and they enroll in the outcome. And he's achieving 99% completion rates because it's priced accordingly, and he only enrolls 100 people at a time. So for me, it's about the investment that the student makes. There is a direct correlation between what they invest time and energy and money-wise and whether or not they're going to complete it. I think over the next 3 or 4 years, we're going to see an explosion of online courses, and most of them are going to be crap, which is a great opportunity for those of us who really want to make good online courses and actually care about our student completion rates. Because like the Kajabis and the Teachables and the Udemis and even WordPress with LearnDash, making a course and uploading it to the internet is easy. That problem was solved 5 years ago. Getting students to complete the course is actually the hard work. And most people want the membership website lifestyle where I get students to enroll in my course and then I go sit in a beach and drink a pina colada. Well, I can tell you that when a student enrolls in your course, that's when your job starts to actually get them through the course. Because if they don't get through the course, they feel like they've kind of been ripped off. They don't get the benefits of what you've taught them, and they won't refer people to you. So the higher your completion rates, the less you have to spend on marketing because they just refer their friends to you.
Questions?
Yeah.
You were going to tell us about Rockstar Empire.
Oh, yeah, so Rockstar Empires is, so I've been speaking about online courses at a few conferences and I've had people asking me, how do you do that? So Rockstar Empires is a premium course where we teach creative entrepreneurs how to build and sell courses like what we've done. So it's a course on how to make a course. I know it's very meta. But hey, there are podcasts about how to podcast, so why not have a course about how to make a course? Does that answer the question? Cool. Excellent. And it's a minimum viable product at the moment. So like, it's a blog. Rockstarempires.com is a blog with about 7 blog posts at the moment. So we're kind of iterating that and building that out. We've got about 120 students in Rockstar Empires and we're learning how to build that course and we're learning what questions people have.